How many people do you know who can have a face-to-face discussion or argument without starting to yell? How many people do you know who can find the truth in one of those arguments? Well, the activity of debate can help with both these things. It helps clearly and concisely teach you to deliver a point, and it also helps you to do that without starting a shouting match. I have two brothers, I should know about this. Now, few people have the skills to speak clearly and concisely when they need to. It is a necessary life skill, whether doing a job interview, whether giving a class presentation like this one, or giving a workplace presentation such as an infographic to your bosses during a meeting. Speaking is a necessary skill, yet it is one few people have. Yes, some people have it, some people do not, but it is one that can be learned. On another note, how many people know enough about government, politics, and economics to make a meaningful decision when they vote? Everybody has their ideas about what government and economics should look like, but how many people have looked into the theories behind those ideas? How many people actually know the difference in a subsidy and dumping? How many people know the difference in the effect of a subsidy and a tariff? In reality, the effects are almost exactly the same. They just have a little different means of getting to the same end. How many people actually know how to refute the arguments they hear when they hear them, to analyze them and logically go over them and then give a response? Yes, you may know that a subsidy is bad economic policy, but could you present an argument against it, and could you refute someone who gave the arguments for a subsidy? Now, I know what I'm talking about is a lot of broad subjects. I'm talking about logic, government, economics, probably some history, and a comms class like this one. That's a lot of work, but there is one activity that can give you all these things in one. That activity is debate. Now, debating is the art of clearly and concisely presenting an argument and defending your position. And that activity brings a whole lot with it. First of all, since it is a one-on-one or two-on-two debate, it is a speaking class. It will be teaching you how to speak, how to clearly present an argument. But to do well in debate, in which you talk about real-world issues, you have to know the real world. And what that means is you're going to be researching things like government, economics, politics, and history. Because if you're debating, say, labor law, you're going to be looking at the subsidies, which is economics, that the labor unions, which are political bodies, try to get from the government, which is working with the government. Already within one simple topic, you have all of the learning that I talked about earlier. Debate has the ability to teach you just by nature of it being necessary to know. And finally, debate teaches you, once you have that knowledge, how to defend that knowledge. That very knowledge is good to have, but you need to know the reasons behind it to be an effective debater, and you also have to defend your position from your opponent's attack. That is a useful thing as it gets your logic skills going. Now, imagine having these skills. Imagine being able to walk into a job interview and present yourself clearly, and then when the interviewer asks you a question you weren't ready for, being able to quickly and concisely formulate an answer that you can give back. Or in that job presentation in front of your bosses, when they ask you why some statistic is the way it is, and you respond and they argue against you. You can quickly formulate a response to that. Or even when you're giving your testimony. The Apostle Paul was an amazing debater. The book of Romans is not only one of the most important theological works ever, it's also one of the greatest arguments ever. The book of Romans uses logic to its very best and shows the outline of our Christian faith. So how can you get this activity? Where can you do it? Well, the easiest way is to join a debate league. Debate leagues range from college to junior college to high school. There's all sorts of them. And you can simply join one. I went through STOA, which is a homeschool Christian debate league, but there are others. If that's not an option, or if that's too much of a time commitment, you can just do debates on your own. Get a few friends. You either need 1 or 4, depending on how many people you want in your debate, and just get them together and agree to have a debate. Next, what you're going to want to do is Google the rules, because there are 3 kinds of debate. The first kind is team policy, or TP. That's a 2-on-2 debate talking about generally government policy. It doesn't always have to be the US government, but generally speaking, it is government policy. You're debating actions that the government would take, whether they should do something or should not do something. That's what I've done for 4 years, and it has grown me in ways that I have never thought possible. The next way is Lincoln Douglas, which is a value-based debate, so saying justice is more valuable than mercy, or love is greater than compassion, or something like that. And you have a debate over the value of something instead of debating whether it should or should not be done. The final way, and this is the way I would recommend you start off with debate, is parliamentary. It's a 2-on-2 debate where you can debate any kind of subject, anytime, anywhere. But I would start off with debating facts. So say protectionism is better than the free market. One side takes protectionism, one side takes the free market, and you debate that out instead of getting into the intricacies of team policy and Lincoln Douglas. Now, once you've done that, once you've got your first debate under your belt, don't stop. That's the key to debate. Debate takes time. It's not a one-time deal. It's not something you can just go out, do once, and gain the skills. It took me 4 years of debate to get to the point where I am at right now. And it is going to take you time to learn these skills. But if you think about what you're learning compared to the alternate ways to learn it, taking a comms class, taking a government class, taking an economics, taking a logic class, taking an argument class, taking all of those would take more time than simply doing debate. Debate teaches you all of the necessary skills for life, but it also teaches you so much more than that. And that's why at the end of the day, I would encourage you to do debate. Thank you.